We now have the quilt in the hoop and we have it on our machine. The first thing I did was I put our template back into the hoop. I aligned and made our start point for the design directly center. And also, what I wish to do is to bring the bobbin thread to the top so you do not see the tie-offs and those little thread knots on the back of the quilt. So, in order to do that, when I did my test stitch out, I watched the stitch count, and I watched each time it got to a certain point and I needed to stop. I wrote that number down. I know that when I go to get up here, I have to advance 20 stitches. So, in order to do that, we're going to have to hit our green button on our machine, go to number 2 for our float operation, and then hit enter. And I want to go forward. It says you can go forward stitches, backward stitches, forward a color, or backward a color. We're going to go forward stitches, and I have to go 20 stitches to get to the front. Enter. All right. Okay, let's see if I can get you zoomed in here. We have our design started. We have our needle threaded. We have the bobbin case in the machine along with matching bobbin thread. There is another video that I will be posting on how I wind bobbins, matching thread bobbins. All right, the next step, we've forwarded 20 stitches. All right, I am holding my top thread. I am turning this black knob right here. And I'm going to manually bring my needle down. Okay, and when the needle starts coming back up, start pulling on your top thread. And when you get close to all the way up, you will feel it kind of release, and your bobbin thread is brought to the top, just like that. Okay, we'll pull this out a little more so we can hold it. Okay, we're going to hit escape. Okay, my machine is beeping. It is beeping when you manually move your needle. So you always fix that by hitting the M origin button, selecting the 100 degrees, and it will quit beeping at you. You hold your 2 threads just for a few stitches and let go and let it do its thing. Let's do a stitch out. Okay, we're at the stopping point. I stopped the machine on the area that I needed to stop it at. So basically what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to pull out some of the needle thread and go ahead and cut me a good length. Pull some of this bobbin thread like this, just kind of go up underneath there and pull it. Cut you a good size length. Just trim the thread there. And what you're going to end up doing is you're going to bring that up. At the end, you're going to bring those up with a needle. You're going to bring them up to the top, tie them off with a knot, and hide the stitches. Again, we're at that area. I'm going to bring my needle down, bring it back, bring my needle back up, and there's our bobbin thread. Okay, we have both of them going, and we're going to hit the M origin button again, And we're going to do, okay, there we go. Okay, I'm going to be stopping at about the 37.50 mark. Okay, 37.49, close enough. All right, that's how you successfully stop. All right, we will pull some of our thread, top thread out. Done our first stitch, and we're going to go ahead and I will quickly show you how to do a line up for the second side. All right, we've done the middle. Let's do this side. Okay. Realized after I had hooped this, I kind of hooped it different than I had in my head, but it really doesn't matter, just as long as you stay consistent. Okay, so basically these two right here, this one and this one, are going to line up. Get your threads out of the way. Those do tend to get in the way quite a bit. Okay, see, you start this one where this one was, and that one was there, and this one is in roughly right in that general area. So we're going to put our upper hoop. Again, we're going to use the sticky sided tape and hoop it a second time. Okay, we have our top hoop aligned correctly. Now let's see if I can get this lower hoop under there without moving it. That is probably the most time-consuming thing. I'm hoping to find some kind of gadget in the near future that will help me do this better, because this can be pretty frustrating, honestly, for me, is getting these hooped. Okay. All right. I think we got it pretty close at this point. All right, we are hooped once again. Pulling out our template. Okay, let's see how close we are again. We're here and right there. And our design is going, I just kind of check, even if it goes off, like I stated earlier, it's really not going to matter, it's going to get covered up. All right, I think we're pretty accurate. All right, let's take it again to the machine. One stitch down, 8 more to go. Okay, before we continue on with our hooping, I do want to take a second to show you how I go about bringing the bottom bobbin thread up to the top. Here's what I'm using. I'm using the embroidery number 579 needle. You can use bigger ones, I would assume, but I found that you needed it a little bit sharper to go through the 3 layers, so that's the reason I chose this one. In the initial start places where you already have both threads, basically with those, you're just simply going to tie those in a knot and thread both threads and then run them under the top. Now for the bobbin, when the bobbin thread is on the bottom, such as this one right here, we're just going to take it and we're going to thread this needle and we're going to run it through right where it comes out. So it's going to come out right there. You're going to push it back through to the top. Okay. And you're going to pull it up to the top. We're going to trim the thread a little bit. We're going to take a knot, tie this in a knot, and we're going to hide that. Okay, it's tied in a knot. And then we're going to take our needle once again, trim those off evenly, and you're going to take both threads, rethread the needle. Okay. There we go. And then you're just going to run the thread just kind of, about say 1/2 inch. Do not go all the way through to the back. You can put your finger back there just to make sure you don't. But you can feel where you're just going through the batting, and go about a 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch or so. And as you pull that through, that knot will be hidden. You trim this real short, and there you go. That's how you hide your threads. And it makes the back look just as good as the front. Okay. Now to show you the final result.